Hey everyone, this is DWS Darius, and right now you're looking at my 20-gallon Betta aquarium. So this week I was very busy. I didn't have a lot of time to spend in a fish room, so I gave the responsibility of feeding my fish to one of my friends. Now I must say that they did a pretty good job, especially since that person isn't into fish keeping like me. But you know, he did have one mistake, and that was overfeeding. He overfed just about all my aquariums, but the worst affected is my Betta tank. So today we're going to be doing a complete redo on my 20-gallon Betta tank. I was kind of getting tired of the way it looked before anyway, so this is going to be a great opportunity to change things up a bit and give it a new look. Okay, the first thing I did was remove all the plants from the tank. I had a little small Tupperware container that I put them in, full of tank water. Next, I removed all the rocks. While I was removing the rocks, I tried to shake them as much as I could so that all the debris and waste that was on them could fall off into the tank. I had to check each rock to make sure that I wasn't removing any snails. I did find one nerite snail on one of my rocks. This left the tank full of debris and I really couldn't see too well in it. So I wanted to give it time to settle, so I went and I took the plants and I started to rinse them off in my sink. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get all the debris and all the garbage off these plants. I just tried to get as much as I could visibly see. After about 10 minutes, all the waste had settled to the bottom of the tank, so I grabbed the siphon and started siphoning it all out. I also removed a lot of the uneaten foods and waste that I saw on the sponge filter. In this tank, I normally don't stir the substrate because I have plants. You know, the plants benefit from the waste in the substrate. But being that I was doing such a big cleanup on this tank, I decided, why not? Next, using the water that I siphoned out of the tank, I started to rinse the rocks that were in the tank, trying to remove all the waste that I could find on them. It's important that whenever you rinse your aquarium rocks, you use the same water that is in your tank. That way you can keep all the beneficial bacteria alive. If you use tap water, you definitely run a high risk of killing that beneficial bacteria, which can have a huge effect on your aquarium. Then I filled the tank back up. While the tank is filling, I use API Stress Coat as a water conditioner. I ended up removing all the duckweed that was at the surface of the tank just because I got tired of the way it looked. Now once the tank was full, it ended up being a little bit murky, so I had to wait a little bit for it to clear up. So while I was waiting, I decided to take the duckweed that I removed from the tank and add it to my backyard koi pond. Now right now my koi, they're a little bit slow because the weather outside is a little bit chilly, but a little later in this week it will be a little bit warmer and they will become a little bit more active and they will build an appetite and they'll love to eat all this duckweed. By then the tank was clear and ready to be aquascaped. Now with this tank, my main priority is covering up this ugly sponge filter. So I go ahead and I use large rocks to cover up the base. Then I follow up with a few smaller stones. When I filled up the tank, I didn't consider that when I added rocks, it would increase the overall water volume. So I ended up having to siphon some of the water out because it started to overflow from the top. The rest of the aquascape was pretty much go with the flow. Whatever came to mind, I just tried it. I ended up removing some driftwood from one of my other aquariums to add to this tank, just because I didn't want the new scape to be identical to the last scape. Next, I started to add the plants back to the tank. The main plant in this tank is Anacharis. Now this time I wanted a little bit more organization, so I planted most of the plants in the back of the tank and some to the far right. And I purposely left the center of the tank a little bit bare and a little bit open. My moss balls would just drop randomly into the tank. I think those look a little bit better, more unorganized. I added a few more pieces of driftwood that I found stored away in one of my cabinets. Now all the decor in this tank was completely free, including the gravel. I have a video showing how I gathered it and where I gathered it from, and you can find that video in the card section above. I siphoned out another 5 gallons of water, sucking up all the debris that I could find and all the waste. After refilling the tank was once again murky, so I had to give it a little bit of time to clear up. So today being Sunday, for those of you who follow my channel, you know that on Sunday I like to clean my fish room, at least 8 of the 10 aquariums that I currently keep. So I went and showed some care to those tanks while I was waiting for this tank to clear back up. Later on, the tank was crystal clear, and I definitely loved the way it came out. Now, part of the inspiration of this scape is for some new creepy crawlers that I have coming this week. I have some new bottom feeders for this tank just to help with the maintenance. Just in case somebody does overfeed the tank, these creatures that I plan on adding will do a decent job cleaning up after the fish. So I'll be revealing those once they are settled into the tank. Once again, I'm going to be getting them this week, and maybe in about a week or two they should be settled in, and I'll give you guys a look at my tank mates for my Betta and endlers. Lastly, and most importantly, I think the Betta loves the new scape, or at least he's very interested, So far he's been spending all his time just exploring, looking at every crack and cranny, checking out every new piece of driftwood, and looking at all the plants. And he definitely seems very interested, so hopefully he likes it, and hopefully all the other fish love it as well, all my endlers. Hopefully one day I can add my female betta to this tank as well. Okay everyone, so that's been a look at me redoing my Betta aquarium. So as always, if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, feel free to give me a thumbs down. If you want more, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because you guys know more is coming. If you like this style of video, let me know. Those of you who follow my channel know that I'm not really big on this type of style. So if you like this style, let me know in the comment section below. Thank everybody for taking the time for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.